Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of News Dose, where I give you all of the latest gaming news. And it looks like Xbox has a mysterious announcement set for the Game Awards in just a few days. There's a lot of speculation as to what exactly it could be, and with rumors circulating, some even believes a big acquisition may take place here, but is there actually any truth to all that? Well, we will take a look into what's going on here in just a bit. Also, we got a lot of PlayStation 5 news today as a big question got answered about an upcoming PlayStation 5 game and whether or not it will be exclusive. That's not the only exclusive we're talking about today though, as we got some new details about a PlayStation 5 timed exclusive, and Sony's getting a bit out of hand with this stuff. We're even going to talk about a PlayStation 5 game delay and more, but to start this week off, let's talk about one of the most highly anticipated games of the entire year, CyberPunk 2077. So CyberPunk 2077 releases in just a few days on December 10th. Yeah, the same day as the Game Awards, and that's going to be a really good day for gamers. And actually about that, CyberPunk reviews are starting to roll out. Now there has been some controversy around some of these reviews because CD Projekt Red is sending out a very limited amount of review copies, and on top of that, they are not allowing reviewers to use their own recorded gameplay in their video reviews. That is a bit odd and a very questionable decision, but based off these early reviews, CyberPunk is sounding like another stellar RPG from CD Projekt Red. Of course, this is the same developer behind the Witcher franchise, and that's one of the reasons fans are so excited about this game. In fact, the amount of hype for this game is astronomical by this point. It really is insane how excited people are for this game, which has had me a bit worried that it could be a letdown for some fans. That does seem to happen when hype levels reach this amount of excitement. The good news though is based on 32 reviews, CyberPunk has a 90 overall score on Metacritic. Now that doesn't mean it's perfect though. There are several reports of this being a very buggy game. That is the one consistent thing that I've seen in all of these early reviews, is that there are bugs all over the place. However, there will be a day one patch, but from my understanding, this patch is more about performance than actually fixing bugs, so if you do pick up CyberPunk early on, expect some technical and weird issues, but other than that, I'm hearing it's a great game with one of its strong points being its side missions. That shouldn't be a major surprise if you played The Witcher 3, as that was also a strong point in that game, and to this day, I do think it's got some of the best side missions in any game ever made. Either way, we only have to wait a few more days to play it ourselves, and let me know if you're excited to play CyberPunk 2077, or would you just prefer to wait until they fix some of its bugs? Moving on, I got some good news for fans of The Wolf Among Us. So last year at the Game Awards, Telltale Games revealed that they partnered up with Ad Hoc Studio to work on The Wolf Among Us 2. Technically, this was a re-announcement, and fans are pretty happy about this one. Ad Hoc Studios is made up of former Telltale employees, so we do know that they're more than capable of making a great sequel in what, in my opinion, is some of Telltale Games' best work. I think it's really between The Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead, but really since that announcement last year, we haven't seen or heard much at all about this upcoming sequel. Well, according to a new rumor, and I do want to emphasize the rumor part here, The Wolf Among Us 2 will get a new trailer at the Game Awards. So this is just more reason to tune in to the Game Awards if true. I mean, we're not going to have to wait too long to find out if this is true, but according to this rumor, The Wolf Among Us 2 will release in the winter of 2021 on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Unfortunately, based off this leak, it's not coming to the Switch, or at least at launch, but luckily it does sound like the entire season will release in winter. So that means all 5 episodes will release in a short period of time, which is fantastic news. Telltale Games in the past have been infamous for having long delays between each episode, and honestly, I have no issues with episodic games. You just have to be a bit more consistent with how you release episodes, because I've never been a big fan of the long wait time for some of these games. I'm hoping the game industry has learned from that, and especially Telltale Games. And speaking of games that kind of disappeared for a while, Tunic got a small update. This is a game that I've been keeping an eye on for quite a long time. It was originally announced way back in 2017 for the Xbox One, and obviously it draws some similarities with the top-down Zelda franchise. Now that's personally great for me. I've always liked those Zelda games more than the 3D ones, but hey, that's just me. Both are great in their own way, and I think Tunic looks excellent both from a gameplay standpoint and its artistic direction. However, the question that everybody wants to know is when can we expect Tunic to release? Well, in a recent interview with IGN, the Tunic developer was asked if he was confident it will release in 2021, and let's take a listen to his response. "No official date yet, but I am super excited about finishing Tunic. More work has been done on this game in the past year than any year before, which feels really good." So yeah, he still hasn't exactly committed to an official release date, and that's probably not what you want to hear if you're excited about Tunic. He isn't exactly saying it won't happen, but he also isn't going out on a limb to say it will be a 2021 release. Nonetheless, I will continue to give you updates on Tunic as we hear more. It does sound like he's made a lot of improvements to the game since we last saw it, and I'd highly recommend you go check out the IGN interview for more details about that. As always, the link will be in the description below. Speaking of 2021 games though, PlayStation put out a new PlayStation 5 ad that revealed some key information for some of their upcoming titles. This includes some answers for some highly speculated PlayStation exclusives. So there has been a big question on what games will be PlayStation 5 exclusives and what will be cross-generation. As we all know, Sony has been a bit vague about what games will be available on the PlayStation 4 going forward. Horizon Forbidden West, as an example, will be available on the PlayStation 4 alongside the PlayStation 5 version, but Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Well, what about Gran Turismo 7 and God of War Ragnarok? A lot of fans want to know what platforms these games will be available on. Are they going to be cross-generation titles or not? The good news is that this ad was probably the most transparent I've seen PlayStation all year, and we did get an answer for Gran Turismo 7. It will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Now this ad actually reveals a lot more information than just that though. You can see what games are console exclusives, what's timed, and what's going to be coming to the PlayStation 4, so this does seem rather definitive. Gran Turismo 7 will only be available on the PS5. Now unfortunately it also appears to have been delayed. Earlier this year in a previous ad, PlayStation revealed they were planning to release Gran Turismo 7 in the first half of 2021. In the new ad though, that's been changed to Gran Turismo 7 is in development. This means it may have gotten an internal delay. Hopefully not for too long, but this is Polyphony Digital, so it's really hard to tell. Like I said though, we got more information than just that, and this next one is a little bit more controversial, especially if you don't like timed exclusives. If you've been following the channel for a while now, you probably know I'm not a big fan of this type of stuff, and it looks like Sony got a pretty major deal this time. Project Athia was in this trailer, and of course this is a timed exclusive, meaning it will be available on the PC as well as the PlayStation 5. The thing is, we've known for a little while now that Project Athia will be a timed console exclusive, but for how long is the question? Well, somehow PlayStation got this as a 2-year timed exclusive. That is insane. I mean, most of the time these deals usually last 6 months to a year, but they got Project Athia for 2 full years before it's allowed to go to other consoles. It really seems like Sony has been working hard to lock up some of these games as long as they possibly can, and Square Enix seems to be the one most willing to do these time deals. Both Project Athia and Final Fantasy XVI will be timed PlayStation exclusives, though Final Fantasy XVI's length is still undefined. And even if you look at just this year, Sony also got Final Fantasy VII Remake as a timed exclusive and got Spider-Man and the Avengers as an exclusive as well. So Sony and Square Enix definitely seem to be very buddy-buddy right now. If there was ever a debate on whether or not Xbox should make Bethesda games exclusive to Xbox or not, this is it right here. Sony does this type of stuff all the time, and this could be a way for Xbox to fight back. Now, I'm not sure if Xbox will do that or not, but it's getting a little out of hand by this point with a game being a timed exclusive for 2 full years. That's just extreme. Let me know your thoughts on all of this though. Do you like this type of deal by PlayStation or not? On to our last topic. According to the prominent VentureBeat journalist and highly respected insider Jeff Grubb, Xbox might be set to make an announcement at the Game Awards. Now, Jeff Grubb has leaked a lot of information throughout this year, and he's been very accurate, so there is a reason to believe this. I also think it's rather expected. Microsoft did reveal the Xbox Series X and Hellblade 2 at the Game Awards last year, and I figured they would have something up their sleeves for 2020 as well. What exactly could they reveal though? That's the question. There has been a lot of speculation as to what it could be, and the two that I keep seeing the most is this will either be the initiative's new game, or it will be a new acquisition. Now there's actually some rumors for both of these. We'll start with the wild one first though, and I do want to caution to take this one with a huge grain of salt. There was a supposed Spanish magazine article spreading on Twitter over the weekend that claims that Xbox has acquired Kojima Studios and it will be revealed at the Game Awards. Again, take this with a huge grain of salt. I honestly don't believe this one. Hideo Kojima has a close relationship with Sony, so I'm not sure if he would go to Xbox exclusively. Now, to be fair, Xbox would probably be willing to give him a lot of money to make his wildest dreams true. That would be beneficial for both Xbox Game Pass and Kojima. Xbox Game Pass can be a little bit more risky with their games, and Kojima could really let loose with the amount of freedom that supposedly got him into trouble with Konami. But again, take this one as just a rumor. I really don't expect this to happen, but who knows though, maybe it does, but I'll be surprised if so. On the more realistic side of things, if I'm going to make a prediction, I would expect the initiative to show their new game. It's rumored to be set in the Perfect Dark universe, and Xbox's Matt Booty earlier this year did say that we would hear more about this mysterious game in 2020. Considering we still haven't heard about it, that announcement is either being pushed back to 2021, or its debut is set at the biggest event of the year, the Game Awards. The Video Game Chronicles also said back in, I believe, August that the initiative was going to show their game at the Xbox event. Obviously, that didn't happen, and VGC is a very trustworthy website. So there have been some inklings that whatever this game is, it will be revealed in 2020. So that's my prediction. Either way, the Game Awards is starting to sound very good. Dragon Age 4 will be there, and then possibly The Wolf Among Us 2, and a mysterious announcement by Xbox. I also would not be surprised at all to see Nintendo and PlayStation announce something here as well. Yeah, it sounds like 2020 is going to go out with a bang. However, let me know some of your predictions on what you think we'll see at the Game Awards this year. Let me know in the comments below. Anyways though, that's it for this episode, but if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you'd like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for making this content possible. Peace out.